All right. So, a massive storm just leveled Fairmount Crest, and our favorite daytime worlds have officially collided. Welcome back, pristine listeners. We're breaking down absolutely everything happening behind the wealthy hedges and high society secrets of CBS's smash hit soap opera, Beyond the Gates. If you thought last week was going to be a normal week in the neighborhood, a literal tornado had other plans. We're unpacking an unforgettable week of June 8th episodes, including the historic high stakes crossover event with the young and the restless. Grab your headphones because we have a lot to talk about. So, whether you're here for the country club drama or the Genoa City arrivals, we're diving deep into every single twist. Turn up the volume. Let's get beyond the gate.
Okay.
My
Yeah.
goodness. So, June 8th episodes, my goodness, we have more characters that have arrived from General City, from the Young and the Restless. We have Martin's absolutely chaotic fundraiser that the tornado has an honorable mention for and has wrecked everything. We now know who the impaler is. Jacob is turning his savage up. Haley and Kyle are turning things up as chaos is ensuing everywhere else. My goodness, Eva's in trouble. Where is the rest of the country club staff? We have Joey. We have Joey who saves a very important life in this episode. We see some compassion from Leslie, and we have Bill and Danny. They are definitely having a very heated reunion in an elevator. Talk about trapped in the closet. Ooh! Ah! Yes, my goodness, my goodness. If you can't tell, I enjoy these episodes. So much happening. So much happening. So I want us to get right into it. Danny and Bill gotta go there first. My goodness, imagine being trapped in an elevator in the middle of a tornado with your ex and all the passion and frustration just tied up. My goodness. So, what were your thoughts about that scene with Bill and Danny Dupree trapped in this elevator during the storm?
And I said, of course. Of course. Of course they're gonna do it. Of course. Like you put them in the most impossible situation to tempt each other. Like, come on. Of course.
So
Of
you
course.
thought that was predictable. Did you foresee the sex coming in the elevator, or was it a passionate kiss, or were they gonna kill each other? Like, what were your thoughts?
Hold,
About
hold, hold, hold up. This is a genuine question. Did they have sex?
yes, yes.
Oh, maybe I got up and walked away or
And
something.
unless I'd have tied something together that I'm missing, oh my goodness, they were getting it on in the elevator.
Okay, I need to go back and watch that.
I was about to say, now you got me saying, am I tripping? Because they was getting it in.
Okay, okay. Ooh, the implications. Ooh, I just love Andre. Just ooh. As for Bill, his philandering ass is oh.
Right on brand. Right on brand for Bill.
Mm-mm.
Because had it just been a passionate kiss, this is not the first time that would have
No,
happened.
no.
No, they were having a reunion in that elevator. And I was here for the drama, honey, and stayed for the tea. Okay. I'm like, whew. I hate it for poor little mangled Andre. I hate it.
Ooh, Danny gonna feel some bad. Ooh,
She wasn't even thinking about Andre. I need to
ooh,
get to my kid. She ain't mentioned her husband.
ooh.
Yes. Oh, speaking of Andre,
Mm.
um, So it's kind of like a double whammy for him. He's injured, and your wife
Mm-hmm.
got snatched by her ex-husband in the elevator during a tornado.
Mm-hmm.
Um, do you feel like this is the ultimate betrayal? Um, will Andre recover if he finds out?
Ooh, you know what? I hadn't even considered that. Um, I think he's going to attempt to want to work through it. Um, but you know what? The $1 million question is, what is Danny gonna do? How does she see herself now that she has crossed that line?
I'm knowing the guilt. I am knowing the guilt is going to serve her up something crazy. And I low key hate that for Danny. Because I'm a huge fan of Danny. I am. And so I understood though. It's like, this is so wrong on so many levels. But you can't fake that kind of passion, you know. And my goodness. I think it will destroy Andre though. I honestly do. I honestly think it's gonna destroy him. But we will see. Um so our girl Haley, speaking of the drama between Andre and Danny and Bill, Haley the hoe. Oh my goodness. I love where they are kind of taking this with Haley. Do you think Haley is kind of setting herself up like she knows who this is? Setting herself up like this is a power play for her flirting and doing the most. I mean, even kissing on Kyle Abbott.
Listen to that question. I'm stuck on Haley though. What's the question?
Oh, look, I forgot. It is Haley the hell. Is this a power play for her flirting with with Kyle Abbott the way that she's doing, or is
Yes,
this flirtatious and playful?
no, she's definitely setting it up because in her mind, Bill is about to be out of the way. So by doing this, she can always go back and go to Genoa City. Remember, I said, there's a possibility that one of these characters is going to go to the Young and the Restless. It's a possibility.
I'm interested to see because I'm like, my goodness, this girl, it's no shame. This girl turns on the music and
starts moving and grinding.
Yeah, since you didn't kiss him in the mouth, and if I'm being honest, I really thought the moment was kind of hot. I was not mad at it. It's like, of course, Haley, you already trying to kill Bill. You do a lot already.
Kill Bill.
But
love it.
It was funny. It was funny and it was fun. So I'm like, ooh, that little boy just don't even know.
I wish I knew more about his character.
Look, which is, I think you mentioned this last time. It makes me want to go and start watching Young and the Restless again. And I think, obviously it's probably by design that the views are going to be there, because it's dialed it up. They've literally made history. So we're interested to see how that's going to go. Now, what I found interesting is how your boy Victor Newman managed to go missing and get back to Genoa City, escape the storm. Like how Sway? How did we pull this off? How did we pull it off?
I don't know.
I'm like, questions that need answers from a viewer standpoint, because I'm looking like, how did Victor get away unscathed? You literally are a magic man, a prestidigitator. You disappeared into thin air and back in Genoa City.
Now, Victor's a little old now. He's a little old. And to be mangled up with all them people, that's not gonna work. So they had to get him away, and in a helicopter, no less, while there's a tornado coming. Like, okay,
how?
All right, all right. Don't make no kind of sense, but we just don't go with it
We're gonna
because
keep watching. We're gonna keep watching. But speaking of Victor, you know how he's coming in is seeming like, oh, you know, I genuinely want to help Vernon and Martin out with his campaign. Do you think he has some ulterior motives for implanting himself into Fairmount Chris?
Maybe not now, maybe later. I mean, okay, so let's assume that Martin gets into the Senate. If Martin gets into the Senate, you know, Victor's always working some kind of deal. Not Martin. Victor's always working some kind of deal. He gets mad at people and all kinds of stuff, and you know, there's a possibility. You know, they can work that in there. I see it. It's believable.
I love it. I love that they brought several of the characters into the episode. It was very interesting.
You know what? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm so sorry. But there was one character that I thought was like, this is interesting. And I don't even know her name, but she's married to Jack. And Leslie went up to her and she was just like, I want to know how you did it. How did you get people? Da, 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 da. And old girl was like, well, you know, you have to really make them feel like they believe you. And I was like, okay, I really want to go back and I want to watch Young and the Restless again because she's got to be something else. If she's anything like Leslie, yep.
She handled it well. She handled the question well too. Like they need to really feel like you're sorry, you know.
And Leslie was like, oh, okay, yeah, I need to get your number. I was like, let's compare notes.
Right. Because surely this could benefit me in some way. Joey Armstrong, his character arc or his rise in profile. So since he in essence kind of saves Abbott's daughter from the chandelier literally falling on her in the aftermath of the storm, do you think that will have any bearing whatsoever on his standing in the community? We kind of see what happens right after with the Duprees, and they kind of like, come here, hey, don't talk to trying to tell him don't talk to him or whatever. But we see that they're like, well, all I know is, hey, he saved my daughter's life, so if he calls on me, I'm gonna answer. And they like, please don't screen the call. So with all of that rambling I just did, will this have any bearing at all on his current I guess infamy in Fairmount Chris?
No, not at all. However, you know what? Let me take that back. There's a possibility because they are definitely softening. They're definitely softening him up. And I kind of think this is what I kind of sort of think. I kind of sort of think that they like the idea that that Joey is on the bad side of things, but he's not totally bad. Whereas if his sister comes to town, she can be the wicked witch that everybody hates. And as a woman, it kind of sort of makes more sense. Because, hear me out.
Okay.
Women like to be mad at women.
Okay. I have a lot of aunts. I got a mama. We're gonna leave it right there.
No, I just think that emotionally it plays a whole lot better if she were the bad one. Because I think a lot of people really like Joey, and they like Joey for Vanessa. Those are my thoughts. Those are my thoughts as it relates to what we like, what we don't like, and all that other good stuff. And now that his character has been fleshed out to the point that it has, I don't really see like a lot of people like wanting him to go down that path, if you will.
You actually raised a very valid point, because it's like, did we forget that Joey did all this stuff to Doug? Now, don't get me wrong, Doug screwed himself in a lot of ways, but Joey did all of these things, and now he's with this man's wife. But with Leslie, it's like, oh my gosh, she's a big bad wolf. She's so awful. But now we're softened up for Joey. We like Joey. So you just made your point in a very concise way. Women want to be mad at women. It's easier to do. But men just do whatever. We move on from it. And it's just fine. So very valid point.
Thank you for cleaning that up for me.
It's true. I'm like, dang. You know what? People hate Leslie. And Joey, for all we know, has literally got so many bodies. But it's like, oh, he's so sweet. Look at how he loved Vanessa. Anyway, so we have a lot of people that have been injured during this storm. One of them being Martin Richardson, your favorite character on the show. He's completely unconscious. Originally thinks everything's okay, even though everybody's like, hey, you might be concussed. He falls out again. If he faces a long-term recovery, or even potentially is in some sort of coma, who steps into the power vacuum he leaves behind?
Ooh, okay. So this is what's gonna happen. I'm sorry for having a cerebral brain. If he temporarily, the state would allow him to hold the position, right? But only for so long. All right. If the injury lasts longer than I don't know, I'm gonna name a month or two, then at that particular point, the governor of the state would then choose a different person to hold the position. But in the interim, his husband would go and do the swearing in and all of that until he actually arrives.
Okay. So Martin, provided that he heals, essentially we think his character is going to be safe, and he'll probably go on to the Senate.
I think he's definitely going to get a lot of sympathy votes, because the way that they played it, he was very unsure whether or not that he would win. But the sympathy of the situation, and then the fact that he was trying to help people, and everybody in his family was trying to help people, and everybody saw that, right? It's just that a tree fell on his big ass.
And literally his big.
So I think citizens are going to, give him the benefit of the doubt and like actually vote for him. I think that's what's going to happen. And I also think, I saw like a little clip where he had to, like they kind of read what would happen. And when he read it, he dropped the script and he walked off. So,
like what? I love that. And in fact, you sent it to me like when you find out like what's about to happen on the show. Well, I don't think they'll kill him, so we'll see. And my goodness, I'm still wondering, where is the country club staff? Vernon is 117 years old getting shit done.
That was the oddest thing to me. It was like, why would they put all of the attention on him? This man is 8,900 years old. And he's the one that everybody turns to. Like, some parts made total sense. He knows where everything is. And then other parts, it was like he was actually doing the job. Like, he should have been the one that, the tree fell on. You know what I'm saying?
Don't you dare drop no tree on Vernon Dupree. I'm gonna have an attitude. I would have stopped watching the show. You know how to be mad. I love me some Vernon. Oh my goodness, I will cuddle with that man now at his age. I promise you I would. And just hold his hand. He just looked like he smells so good. um. So Leslie, we know that her and Auntie Anita love to get into these verbal sparring matches. What were your thoughts to kind of see them write it in the script to kind of soften Leslie up a little bit for viewers and have her actually waiting on Anita and attending to her in the way in which she did?
I think it was last episode you brought it up. Or was it me? I think no, you did. You were like, is this an opportunity to like flip the script? And I think this is an opportunity to flip the script. Her character is going to go on an arc where she's not going to be so bad, and it kind of makes sense because now all the attention is gonna switch to the Impaler. So it gives us some time to lighten Leslie's character, just a little bit. Maybe she finds a man in a year's time, and then something will snap and she'll be like, I gotta go back to being Leslie.
Look, Dana, Leslie, John Jacob, Jingleheimer Schmidt, all the wigs, all the personas. I love it. It makes for good drama. So my poor little sister Eva got hurt in this episode, and I was like, oh my God, I didn't really see that piece coming. Of course, Kat worked my nerves in that entire scene. So we know how deceptive our girl Leslie has been. If Eva in fact needs some type of donor, some type of transplant, and they pull that DNA, are we gonna do you think they're gonna give us a DNA test to where this either confirms, dispels, whatever? Ted Richardson, is he gonna be off the hook, on the hook? Is it something maybe Leslie's husband or deceased husband Alan could actually be her father? Where do we think they're going with this? Because they're setting it up. So
check this out. So everybody has been saying, at least on the internet, myself included, that Nicole needs to be with Ted, right? So Nicole has said that she probably would have worked through the fact that Ted had an affair. But it was the baby part of it all. Like, she doesn't blame Eva at all. Like, she has no animosity towards Eva whatsoever. But knowing that there was a baby, all the things that he did, it compounds the situation. If now there's no baby, there's no, like, you can't tie that to Leslie. Mm-hmm. What now will Nicole do? Will Nicole now be led back towards Ted? And I think that is an interesting dynamic.
And Poshanisi. Oh my goodness.
You talk about drama. All of this is just drama on top of drama. I love it.
I love it. It gives me something to do with my time. But I would absolutely hate it for Eva. But in the event that, everything does match up, little kitty cat, as Leslie calls her, do you think she's going to rise to the occasion? If she is in a position to help Eva, do you think that she'll really actually do it?
Yes, I do. Based on how she acted once she realized that Kat wasn't faking it, that Kat was like, when blood started coming out of not Kat, that Eva wasn't faking it and blood was coming out of her mouth, and the way in which she responded, like, it was just automatic. It was like, ooh, that's my sister.
Right. I don't know. Kat can kind of double down on the ignorance sometimes, so we're gonna see. I hope that you are right. But
what if she decides hey, I'm gonna donate, and I want to see whether or not this blood
Well, you know,
actually matches.
she's always up for a good Nancy Drew moment, as they call her, or you know, her
Mm-hmm.
little itch-eyed private eye thing that she has
Mm-hmm.
going on.
Mm-hmm. Sisters that kill. Mm-hmm. Do you watch that podcast or listen to that podcast?
No.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. She remind me of Sisters that kill.
Goodness. So we kind of viewed some questions from the internet. Do we have those?
Yeah.
Listen, Eva Daddy is Bill. That's what the internet is out here saying. You know, you and I talked about this off camera the other day. And I mean, that would be a plot twist if I had ever seen one, because I hadn't even considered it until I went lurking on the internet. And I was like, wait a minute. He was very, very enthused about getting rid of her. They cannot stand to be in the same room with each other. So wouldn't that just be quite proper if it's one of those we gonna both take it to our grave?
You know what? That and it would explain the fact that Eva is kind of light skinned.
Look, you know, now wouldn't that be something?
It would.
So,
It would. It would. Now she got two sisters. Ooh, ooh.
I only had to do it one. But you know what? Those would probably be more palatable
They're more sensible.
than just dealing with Kat. Now, Martin, you know, welcomed her with open arms, but I think Naomi and Chelsea would probably embrace her. They would probably flatline Bill. They're probably just gonna kill him. They'll probably let Haley kill him. And they just let Haley kill him. All right, what we got? What else we got? Can someone please tell me how Victor Newman was able to board a helicopter in the midst of a tornado and return to Genoa City? That this makes sense. I did mention that earlier. I'm like, okay. Now look, now I know he's the powerful man, but I don't think you're more powerful than a tornado. Yeah.
He did get that text message, but at the same time,
And but you dipped and you ain't saying nothing to nobody. And you know, that's one of the things that makes me look forward to old age and money. And just old stupid money. I ain't gotta explain nothing to nobody. Just do whatever I want to do.
But you know what? It was kind of funny how like all of these other people from Genoa City showed up, but no one from his family showed up. It made sense because in that particular case, he didn't have to wait for nobody. He didn't have to look for nobody. He didn't have to like pull nobody. Come on, it's time to go. You know what I'm saying? He could just go by himself, and it tracks with his personality.
It tracks with mine too. That's why I like to drive everywhere myself. I don't have to wait. But thank God for Uber now, because even if I feel trapped, I will Uber in a minute and get myself up out of there. I'm not mad at Victor. All right. What else do we have? Hate to ruin it for you, but the writers are setting up an Andre and Ashley reunion after the Danny and Bill elevator. I would be so freaking pissed. Okay? And I do mean on a cellular level. Pissed. If they put Andre with Trashley, that would piss me off so bad. I would rather her get with the little boy that was still in the plasma than to have her with Andre. Oh my God.
Is that because you like the Andre Danny pairing, or is that because you just don't like?
I don't like Andre for Trashley. I don't. I do not like that dynamic, and so I do like Andre for Danny, you know. But even if they dissolve that relationship, I'd be okay. Just not her. Just not Trashley. Please don't do that to me. Like, I'm gonna stop watching for a week if they do that. I'm probably just. I do not want to see him kissing on her. No. And you know, and Andre is attractive, you know, and actually it's not ugly. It's not that. It's just I don't see the sexual chemistry being believable. It's not going to be a sex scene I'm going to want to see. I would much rather watch Anita Dupree have an affair with Victor Newman and watch that sex scene as opposed to Ashley and freaking Andre. I don't want to see that.
And you know what? On all levels, I agree with you 100%. Especially when you said you'd rather see Victor Newman with Anita Dupree. That actually makes sense.
Look, my goodness. All right. Next question. I don't know if we have any. How many more we have? More Trashly. Why is Trashly the center instead of the core family? It's annoying. So the internet agrees with me. Now, don't granted, she is a nurse, and she is good at her job. Great at her job, actually. And so, whereas if we were pretending this was a real life event, we want her there. But as a viewer, like, oh my goodness. Please get her off the screen immediately. And Nicole, we're just gonna leave that alone for a second.
It came back to you. You ready?
Yes. You want to read this one?
Of course, you gave this to me. I ain't got my glasses. Who do you think was the least helpful person when the tornado hit and during the aftermath? For me, it was Nicole. All she did was panic and yell. She should have been the most level-headed one since she's a psychologist, but apparently her training failed her. Anita was controlled and intelligent. Vernon was phenomenal. Leslie was very good. Ted did great. Kat tried, even though everything was out of her control, and she has no medical training. Joey was heroic. We know Smitty stepped up. I seriously doubt anyone would keep their cool if they found out their children were okay. I agree. Nicole was the one that pissed me off. I was so pissed off. At first, okay, the tornado hit and they showed she was crying. Okay, I'll give you that. But when the tornado left, snap, you just need to go back to your training. It's a psychologist. She's actually a psychiatrist.
Yeah, she can prescribe.
She's not a psychologist. She's a psychiatrist. What is the difference? She has medical training. She has medical training. She was a doctor. I don't know what field she went in, but she has medical training. And in order to be a psychologist, you got to be able to do both. You got to go back. You got to take classes. You got to work on some people every now and then. And the fact that she couldn't pull it together,
she did nothing helpful. Nothing helpful.
Nothing except she and somebody moved Andre. I think it was Andre to a table. That was it.
Look, sadly I can't think of one singular person that was as unhelpful as she was, sadly. Now, of course, I mentioned, where the hell is the staff? Where are these people? But, oh my God, echoing everything that you said about Nicole, because it's okay, are you really that bad off? Doctor, please heal thyself. Please. Because this is a crap show. It really is. I was so pissed off for her. I'm okay. So the internet's agreeing with me. Unhelpful. It's boring. Tree could have fell on Nicole.
No, I wouldn't have wanted the tree to fall on Nicole. I would have been so hurt if Nicole, because I think there's a different woman that needs to get out of Nicole. I believe there's a different woman that needs to get out. I like the fact that she's sleeping all over town. I like the fact that she's the whore. She's the whore.
Look,
in a good way. She's the whore in a good way.
Naughty Nikki, I didn't want the tree to take her out, but I want her to have a little more depth for me. Even with the sleeping around town, being Naughty Nikki, I'm still getting just a bit bored with her, and her crying and whining and doing all that just got on my nerves. Boom, just drop a house on us something right quick. Give her alternate personality, something else, just for a little while, but we don't want to kill her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been waiting on that. It's been what, almost 2 years.
Like 6 months, 3 days.
Somebody got to have a different personality.
Mhm.
And why not Nicole? I was
That's
about to
what
call her Nikki.
Naughty Nikki, baby. Naughty Nikki. There's the body roll.
I was thinking of Dirty Diana. I was trying to do Dirty Nicole.
And Haley the hoe. Yes, we love to see it. Oh my goodness. So Mayfair to 10. This last week's episode.
So I think my past ratings have been as low as 5. This past week, I'm gonna give it a solid 9. It's quite possibly a 10. I gotta see what this week gives, because maybe I can go back and I can change it from that 9 to a 10. Because this past week was given. It was given everything that I really needed. I was shocked and surprised all along. Like, ooh, this is happening. Ooh, this is happening. Ooh, this is happening. Ooh, and what are the future implications of these things? I was like this. If you can make me do that, like not know what the fuck is gonna happen next, this is good. This is good.
This past week, it was a solid 9.5 for me. Like, and similar to what you just said, and a negotiable 9.5. I mean, I was not bored. You know, if I'd have gotten a little less Ashley up front, it'd probably been a 10. But even with as much of her as I had to endure, and I do mean endure, I understood her purpose for being there. So, you know, there's a little redemption there. But I mean, like you said, the fact that the wow factors were there, things that I just did not see coming, that, you know, were very unpredictable for a soap opera, you know, all the things. And yeah, it's a 9.5 for me.
A lot of things were set up, and it's amazing. This summer is gonna be so much so that I see myself like at work trying to watch it.
On your lunch break.
Yes, I see it. I see it.
Definitely on your lunch break. Well, do you have any other closing thoughts as it pertains to June 8th week episodes of Beyond the Gates?
No, I don't. I think you did a really, really good job of recapping everything, because it was a lot. It was a lot. And wow.
Well,
wow. Just even the fact that, you know, Andre was hurt somewhat, it kind of puts things in a different light. Like, damn, Danny, what the fuck were you doing while Andre, you know, almost died?
Getting her back blown in. Quite proper in the elevator. Anywho, well, thank you all for joining us. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you Beyond the Gates next week.
Oh, and what else do we have coming up?
Oh, join us on Wednesday for the Vampire Lestat episode 2. Also coming at you with Supercell episode 3.
We've got questions and we know you have answers, so make love to our senses in the comments. Drop them down below.